nijednog muškarca, na pozornicu se, dame i gospodo, imaju za popeti 2 dame. Svaka ima više od 20 godina iskustva. Jedna je svoje iskustvo skupljala na teritoriju šire regije i Europe, a više od pola svoga radnog vijeka radi u Coca-Coli i to na pozicijama u brand i marketing managementu i sve to u industriji robe široke potrošnje. Naša druga dama koja će se popesti na pozornicu obožava psihologiju, a ljubav joj je storytelling i content koji pomiče brendove. Kao stručnjakinja pomaže razviti brendove i to uglavnom u multinacionalnim kompanijama, ali i kao poduzetnica, klijentica i agencija. Njihovo predavanje fokusirat će se na uspješnu kampanju Shake and Take koja obuhvaća sve elemente marketinga digitalne ere od big data do 360 marketinških kampanja. Molim vas da velikim pljeskom pozdravite Vesnu Vlahović Dasić i Andreu Krkač.
Hvala puno. Pa dobar dan svima.
Dobar dan.
Pa puno poznatih lica. Pa mi ćemo početi s tim da se predstavimo na jedan drugi način, na način na koji nas dvije radimo zajedno, jer to je dosta važno za ostatak priča koje ćemo vam ispričati kasnije.
Vesna i ja se znamo jako dugo, vjerojatno više od 15 godina. I ja radim inače za centralnu istočnu Europu, radim sa 26 zemalja, možete vidjeti koliko je to marketing menadžera i ostalih, ali Vesna je moj najdraži marketing menadžer zbog više stvari. Ja mislim da je ona split personality, jer u glavi jednog velikog researchera, koji je totalno analitičar, dolazi iz Nielsena, leži jedan fenomenalan people manager i zbog toga je meni fenomenalno raditi s njom zato što je risk taker, a smatram da u marketingu i pogotovo u marketingu digitalne ere je jako važno da budete risk takeri i da probate nove stvari o kojima zapravo nitko ne može biti preveliki guru i pričati vam previše. To je Vesna.
Andrea je jedno čudno biće, jedan unicorn kojeg ja obožavam. Znači, ona je meni spasila, ispričavam se ako je neka fina duša, tu spasila dupe 1 milion puta. Nema ni jednog kreativca kojeg ja cijenim više od nje. Kad je malo nervozna, onda slika. Kad je puno nervozna, onda ode na godišnji u Armeniju. Danas je imala dugu svađu oko toga da li je ova boja roza ili magenta. Tako da, to vam opisuje potpuna sušta suprotnost od meni tak svejedno je to roza ili magenta. Molim ekipu iz HT-a da se ne uključe u raspravu. Tako da, nas dvije smo izuzetno, ja nju strašno cijenim i strašno volim, ali nas dvije smo stvarno 2 flip cointa istog novčića. I zajedno smo odradile jedan nevjerojatan projekt. Naime, ja osobno, Andrea zna nešto više o digitalu, ja o digitalu znam sigurno manje od svih prezentera, a vrlo vjerojatno manje od većine vas u publici. Ali sama činjenica da smo pozvane ovdje, valjda znači da nekog vraga smo dobro napravile. Napravili smo jednu kampanju i ono što vam stvarno želimo pokazati je kako jedna aplikacija može drajevati prodaju robe široke potrošnje.
I ono što je najvažnije i nama zapravo bilo fenomenalno iskustvo, nismo očekivali da u aplikaciji koja je prvenstveno promotivnog karaktera, znači koji je cilj povećati prodaju, zapravo možemo narasti naš brand. I rećemo vam kako.
Dakle, mislim, i jedna važna stvar ovdje je jedan disclaimer. Do sad smo se držali hrvatskog. By the request of the other presenters, we will switch to English. Just for everyone to be able to follow. And also, I want to make a disclaimer here. We didn't pay anyone to show Pepsi commercial and said that it's a bad commercial. Thank you. It was completely unstaged. So, we are happy today to take you through the Shake and Take campaign, as I said, and we will start with the obvious. Coca-Cola is very much loved brand. There is no research locally, regionally, globally that will tell you differently. I mean, people are emotionally connected to Coca-Cola as a brand, which is super cool, but sometimes people like you more as a brand than as a product. So what that means in the practicality, that people will put you on the t-shirt, they will bring you the sneakers with Coke, but they don't feel that Coca-Cola is part of their daily lives. And if I need to put that in picture somehow, I would use this picture. I mean, to be honest, if that would be me, this would be a very good-looking man, but decided to put a good-looking woman. So there is sometimes a very good-looking people who you really love to see, but they don't talk to you. You somehow don't feel them, that it's someone you would engage with and you would do something with them every day. And we felt that this is also the situation with the Coca-Cola, and we were searching for the way on how to make that connection for the Croatian consumer. Strategically, there is one indicator which we are following, which is for someone like me. So we said, if we move one indicator with this, with anything we do, after I have taken the position, is we want for people to say, Coca-Cola is for someone like me. We wanted them to feel that Coca-Cola talks to them, that it's not some distant, good-looking, cool lady, which is there, they like her, they will take her on the t-shirt, but they will not consume and they will not integrate or welcome to their homes and their lives and their hearts. And we started to do that. So we started to do that already as of 2015 with the Christmas campaign, which was the first campaign that Andrea and me have done together. We have developed a very nice YouTube video as a part of the campaign, and we had a product with a bow label, which enabled people to talk in between. You could give your favorite Coca-Cola to someone else as a gift. And also we had a nice YouTube video. In the beginning of the 2016, we also started a very good cooperation with the Jumbus, with a lot of YouTubers, where at least we started a conversation in the language of our teenagers, in the language of our core population. Later, we also started to work with the different campaigns offering more digital content. And the KPI started to react. They started from the downfall. They started to be, let's say, flattish. If we look at the results at that time, we would say that people started to listen. They didn't still start to talk to us. They still didn't have the opinion about what we do, but they started to listen. So we stopped the decline. We stopped the, let's say, distance from our consumers, and we started to have the conversations with them. At that point of time, we knew we are missing something. We knew we were missing something, and I see my Hellenic colleagues there as well. Hi. So the Hellenic came with a very good idea with one application, which is from the startup called Played, which was the Shake application, which was a super cool application. So it was the application where you enter your code, you shake it, it's in the forms of the ice cubes, and then it forms the picture. And it was really, really a nice application. Let me be very clear. At that point of time, I had 10 applications on my mobile, and I didn't have a clue about the applications. Still, even as a marketeer, even using it, I knew that there is something in my hands. We knew that there is something, but still knowing how many applications are downloaded and deleted on every phone, we knew that also we have something which is cool, but also I don't have a clue how to communicate that, how to make people who drink Coke to download some kind of the app, how to explain to people the mechanic. So I was in a little state of panic, to be honest. So all of us as a team, we almost came to Andrea crying, like, Andrea, look, isn't that a cool app? She said, okay, what? I said,
I said, what do you want me to do with it?
No, but yes. Okay.
Yes.
We want to do it so cool that all people download it.
No, that's not what you said. So this is how it happened. She came to me and she said, oh, we have this awesome solution for all our problems because we're not growing teens. Teens are going out of our franchise. Look, we have an application. And since I work for the Central Europe, every manager in the corporation thinks that the way to interact with the target audience is through application because it's very tangible. You create something, and then actually the question is, why do you create the application? So basically, if I learn how to operate this,
next.
That's not working.
It was working. Let me try.
Okay.
What the fuck?
So that's how digital I am. Actually, I hate technical stuff, so that you know, I'm a storyteller and a unicorn, so I don't have to know this.
That's why you have me.
So my first reaction, Vesna's thought, was, what the fuck do we do with this? Guys, do you know how many of these things are going down every single day? And actually at that time, on the regional level, I had an application that my company was developing for 2 years, and then they came to me and they said, look, we've been developing this for 2 years, we don't know what to do with it. So now I'm supposed to do something with it. So as a strategic planner, there are like 2 ways what you can do. Actually, this is an awesome challenge if you're a planner, if you're a strategist, and I am. You can either say, okay, here's the application, maybe there is some potential. These guys anyway want to increase sales, you know, short term. Let's do something kind of cool. We have a lot of global material. We can use all of that. Let's package something and let's put it on the market. Well, not for the unicorns. I said, okay, we have this, and pardon my language, whoever developed the application, I said, we have this shitty product at our hands, we have huge demands, why don't we do something awesome with it? And actually, the only awesome thing I can do with the agency is communication. So we invited our beautiful agency, who was dead bored with the work with us because they only do the adaptations, and we summarized what we want to do in one-line brief, with which we opened the presentation, the briefing. And we said, dear guys, very nice that you came. We do have this shitty application at our hands, but what we want to do is that you come up with such an awesome communication campaign that is going to travel among the teens, that's going to disrupt whatever they know about Coke, is going to revamp the image of the brand in this country, and we want to win the Effie Award. So this kind of brought these guys to listen. And the other magical things that we told them was also, we're not going to talk to our headquarters. We're not going to follow the campaign that was developed in Atlanta, that it rolled out globally. You guys are going to develop everything locally. You have completely open hands. Now, these were the magical words. So by the time we were talking about everything else, they were very inspired, because they actually didn't believe us that we're totally developing everything. And what we said as well is, look, we're not stupid people. We know that our campaigns at the moment, our Karma campaign, everybody is kind of talking about Taste the Feeling, it's not hitting teens. It's the communication for young adults. What does that have to do with teens? We want you to develop a campaign that we will find awesome, as well as the teens. And then we, of course, to add to inspiration, we added 4 different objectives. We added around 5 challenges for the agency and 15 KPIs, indicators of the brand that we want to measure, so not only the volume. Because we wanted to test whether we can come up with such an awesome connection plan and consumer journey that is actually going to do something different for this brand. So, what we also did different is usually Coke in Croatia was always, even me, we were always briefing account managers within agencies, right? And the creatives. But I said, I don't want to talk to accounts. Let's talk to the strategic planner. I want to see the strategy first. What's the role of my brand? Why would anyone care about my application? Why would anybody care about Coke and the prizes and everything? We have so many things here. And by the way, we don't want to depend on TV only. That's very nice. It's going to get us a lot of attention, potentially. But teens don't watch this TV. So let's strategize. So what McKen, a strategic planning department, came up with is a combination of magic and logic. And for me, I personally think that any amazing campaign that you've ever seen contains these two ingredients. It needs to be dead logical at a certain point, which hopefully you will see in the presentation, because then it seems so simple and natural that you can easily swallow the whole thing. But it also needs to be magical, and it really needs to move you on emotional level, certainly. So McKen came with this thing here, describing 4 elements that were very important for us, and which we ticked every single time we discussed the campaign. We went back to this, and we said, do we have these 4 elements? So the first element, of course, was we have the prototype of the application. It doesn't look good. We need to make it look amazing, and we really need to polish the user experience, as somebody was talking before. It needs to be spot on. In terms of the prizes that we're going to offer here, we cannot go for the usual fund of prices. Come on, we're talking to teens. These people are cool. They know what is cool. Let's make it really cool. So the partners that we went for, they had to be cool as well. And then, of course, we counted a lot on the completely new campaign, on the awesome communication that the agency was kind of supposed to develop. And one thing that is not written here, but is kind of glue of everything, and my special passion, I have a lot of passions, but this one is really, really a logical passion. We call it connection plan. And it's basically when you develop a consumer journey in communications throughout different touch points in media, what you also need to do, you need to have a very specific communication objective for each connection point that is going to touch your consumer, and you need to be very clear on the message that you're going to deliver, because different media deliver different messages, and different media is consumed in a completely different way. And you don't want to bother people. We wanted this communication to be understandable by teens, not necessarily understandable by my management at all. So that was also the brief for the agency. So McKen came up with a very simple and I think powerful creative device. And that creative device was supposed to be aligned through entire communication that we have, wherever we have this communication, be it in traditional media and digital media, in stores, wherever. And that's the shaking moment. If you're already shaking the phone to win something instantly, why don't we create huge fun around shaking? And the idea for the brand, which I think is also important, is why would somebody be shaking? It's completely out of the context. Why is that fun? What we did strategically, we said, okay, we're starting this thing in fall. People are going back to school. So if we bring something that is going to be outrageously fun and cool, and you can win really awesome and cool prizes, then Coke is going to be perceived as a brand that actually makes your life more fun when you're already going into trenches, into the school. So we had 4 elements, which were quite important. Sorry. Now you see how good I am. Okay. So as I said, first we completely polished the application itself. But what is really important with this application, and I'm not saying that every application has it, and I think that's why they fail. People get so absorbed in developing an application, but they fail to recognize what is the utility of this thing. What is the value? What do I as a user have from it? Shall I be using it, and how often? Simplicity, and of course for us, it was super important that it is fun, because our brand is about fun. The second thing was the creative language that we chose. We wanted to create the disruption, and Shagorika was telling you about it. She was talking about ugly. And I really love this concept. It's the concept of provocation. And Coca-Cola, you know, is a very nice brand. It's a good girl. Coke is, well, maybe sexy, but all our productions are immaculate. Everything's beautiful. You see all these products splashing, beautiful people going, whatever. But nobody cares these days because it's not relevant for teens. It's young adults. Who cares? So the minute I saw, this is actually the mood board from the strategic presentation, I think.
Guys, when I saw it, I flipped. I was on the agency presentation when I saw this, and I said, are you serious? Do you really expect me to approve this for Coca-Cola brand? So it was really, really a challenge for me to think, especially when I saw this pizza.
There were a lot of nasty things in the presentation. So, but, you know, when I saw this, actually, it was like completely different reactions. I was like, that's it. That's spot on. And Vesna freaked out, of course. But that's fine, I'm a strategist. So, what we also did in terms of communications is, if you remember, we said it's important that the teens understand it, not the adults. So we created, this is the usual Coke setup of how you do the posters for stores or print or whatever. And you have these beautiful people, and then you explain tons of things. Like teens are idiots. This is their world, they know. So we didn't explain anything. We just put some prizes there. We said shake and take, get something, download. That's it.
And Justin Bieber helped.
Huh?
Justin Bieber helped.
And Justin, that's why we picked Justin Bieber. But then we brought it to our partner, Coca-Cola Hellenic Bottler, management, and people freaked out.
The same as me. So we were all freaked out.
Yeah, all of them were freaked out. The agency and myself, we were very happy. So a little bit of discord there. And then, of course, in social media, we said, guys, let's not bring everything that we have in above the line. We need to exaggerate. I want you to move these kids. They need to feel something. And feeling here is, let's have fun. It's freaking school time. We don't care. So the agency was really going crazy. They came up with all the beautiful content, GIFs, stories, videos, whatever. And I was immensely enjoying it. Oh, and by the way, actually, the reason why I told you that Vesna was a huge risk taker, and I love working with her. And the reason why I accepted doing this moonlight job, because that's not my regular job here.
Because I accepted that I can be fired after this, yes.
Yes, she accepted that that she's going to be fired, because in Coke, whoever's working with Coke, or ever worked with Coke or corporation like us, knows there is a huge chain of command. Every single thing is inspected and approved zillions of times. So my prerequisite to work for Croatia was, okay, I'm going to develop this with you guys, but it cannot go to headquarters. We need to do it without headquarters knowing what we're doing. And Vesna accepted. So we never went to headquarters. We even ran the promotion and the communication campaign and everything, got the results, and then the lady was very proud after then, and nobody cared what we did in Croatia anyway, because the results were amazing. So, but back at that time, there was a time for another what the fuck moment.
Mine.
Again. So,
that was the moment where we needed as a team to decide whether we proceed with this creative direction or we don't. So I will not lie. When I saw this Hypo on the last slide, and when I saw that pizza, and when I saw majority of the communication, I was like, no way. So this cannot go. However, then, all of us, I have to say, really everyone in the team said, it's not us who need to decide, because unfortunately I'm not the teen anymore, although I would love to be. So we said, let's leave teens to decide. Let's hear the feedback from them, and then let's review it again.
And actually, they organized focus groups with Algebra in a week to test the whole concept with the teens. And I just wanted to be present at the first focus group. I sat there, I waited that moment to see when an aloof teen is coming and, doesn't want to talk to you. It's early in the morning, who cares about whatever. And when you show them the materials and when you see that they go like this and then they start to smile, you know that you have something good in your hands. So teens approved, we moved on with the whole promotion. Maybe.
Click there.
Click there.
You see.
Oh my God, my learning cycle is great. We actually then went and had a goal to develop all the beautiful conversations in social media. Now we took a very special chunk of time of how we're going to do that. What are the touch points that we're going to cover there? Of course, we always start from our own media, but that's less relevant for this thing. If you want the story to travel, you actually need, of course, the influencers, you need their pages, you need the partners to talk about it. And what you're trying to do is actually word of mouth throughout the social. So we came up with a list of awesome partners. How many partners were there for the prizes? Like 10?
There are people that know that answer.
I don't know, like a lot of partner companies like Sinestar and Schuster and VIP, and I don't even know the names anymore. So we wanted to go through their channels as well. So imagine the planning of the communication. Like you have tons and tons of people to orchestrate, to have the proper message at the proper time so that the consumer can actually swallow it properly.
If I may interrupt you only, it was the extreme bravery of a lot of partners that have went into this first time, because all of us were in the unknown ground. And I'm extremely proud of all of the partners and the team who negotiated that.
Yes.
And the good thing is that when we had the focus groups with one of the partners, who was Algebra, we also got feedback from the teens on which awards they like and which they don't really like. So we learned along the way, and we are extremely grateful to everyone along the way.
Yes, definitely. It was risky. So, in essence, this chart summarizes our communications plan, our connection plan, which seems very orderly and simple, but actually it was developed over 6 laboring hours in McCann Agency on flip charts, writing all the tiny messages that we want to carry, all the media, how does that connect, which comes first, what comes later. And in the entire campaign, we had really tons of content that we produced and that we fed into social media, but we also had partners like Jumbus working on YouTube, producing their content, but also organizing the contest for the teens, where they created their own user-generated content, and it was hugely popular.
Now, sometimes you need to start stopping creative person of talking.
Yes.
Because it's only 5 minutes left. So let me drive you through the 360. So of course we had the full 360 around the campaign. And now I will show you the TVC that this was the hardest approve email that I have ever made. And I think everyone in the team. So let me show this one to you.
Ljeto je završilo, al zabava te kreće. Uz Coca-Colu svi imaju sreće. Pitaš se kako, ništa ne brini. Imamo aplikaciju da jesen ti začini. Smartphone primi, shake and take skinny. Kodove unesi, poklone ponesi. Smartphone šejkaj, poklone tejkaj. Coca-Colu nabavi, ludo se zabavi. Zabavi.
Meni je ovo grozno. Teens really like it. I mean, we really had a lot of views on the YouTube. Everyone really liked it. They liked the song. They asked us to involve the song in one of the rewards. And I have to say that the team, after we heard the teens saying yes, we really all went behind it. So it was all the media agency, everyone in stores. So we really shook up. The ATL and BTL and the shake and take was literally everywhere. And we really got the numbers. So all the scores were growing double digits. So this was the campaign of the last year. Now this is the moment when I would like people who were involved in shake and take, 1 or 2 to stand up. Vedran, Ivana, Thea, Ivana, team from UM. I would also like, Algebra is already standing, at least part of them, but guys, please stand up. UM, anyone from the partners that I didn't recognize. So guys, this is the success of the year. Guys, we got the Effie. And this was, we are only presenting the team here on the stage. We didn't do the whole campaign on our own. There was a huge effort from the guys who developed the application, which at the end we learned it was an amazing application. But the people, we needed a campaign to make them go to that application. After that, they were crazy about it. So everyone in the scope of the project really have done a fabulous job. Now, the interesting thing is that we are now out with the Shake and Take 2. The same team and some additional members of the team are working on the Shake and Take 2. These are the results. We will not share all the results, but we are the lifestyle application #1 in Croatia. As you can see here, and all the downloads are 80 and about 100% versus last year up. So we are only for the 2 weeks out. So we are really looking forward to the results, which will be also volume and the KPIs. That's all from us. Whoever asked the questions, we also have a half-liter, which is together with a code for shaking. So in case of any questions, Andrea and me and the entire team are here to answer. One question, 2, wow. Let me put it this way. I cannot answer in the exact numbers, but what I can answer is that it was the same as usual promo campaign that we have done. And we never had, it was actually equalish. However, we succeeded to grow volume KPIs. That was not a problem for us. However, together with the brand indicators, we never succeeded to grow that. So it was not drastically higher. We only approached, as Andrea said, media in a very different way. So we used a lot of digital, a lot of different connection points. But in terms of the investment, I would compare it to any other promo that we have done in the past. So it was not like crazy investment and you say, yay. No.
But it's a big budget. We're a mass brand. We're not a niche brand. But I also worked for Coke for a niche brand, where we had pathetically small budgets. It's really, guys, how you envision what you want your story to look like and how relevant you are for people. And that is what Coke was missing here.
I think there was one more question here.
Yes, I also work for corporation, but my question is, so you decided not to go with the approvals, so respect, I know, what does it mean? But afterwards, did your, I don't know, verticals see the campaign? Were you able to leverage it to other countries?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
So we don't actually, so sometimes you can avoid certain rules. The important thing is that we had 100% alignment on the local level, so we were absolutely behind. If that would not happen on both partners and our level, we would never go forward with it. That was the first. And second, I used to work in the brand, and I made sure that I protect every brand aspect, which is important. So, and the third point is that some promotions, we don't need to go to Atlanta for every promo. So in that sense, of course, we were risking, but we decided to do that risk. And we had some agreements to try that. The feedback now is great. I don't expect that other countries will run this TVC. But they are capturing a lot of learnings from us, because the learning also ours is that it was not only TVC, but also other connection points, application, good work with the partners, everything who made it great, and that learning is incorporated in the other countries. And obviously I didn't get fired, because neither Andrea, because I still have Coca-Cola sign. So, and it has been a year now. Any other question? Great, we will give only 2 Cokes and the rest we will bring home. We don't have enough. Thank you guys, you were an amazing audience. Thanks everyone. There is one more question, sorry. One more Coke needs to go.
Is it working? Yes. I just downloaded your application because I wanted to shake it to see is it working. But before entering the application, there is a splash screen when you have to register.
Yeah.
And I'm just interested in how many teams are really want to register and then shake it, or how many teams just delete the app because they didn't want to register. Is this a big problem with this the registration form or not?
We need them to register only once. I have to say that we got a lot of learning from the application 1 to go into application 2, and here the support of Played was really great. So we learned a lot. To be honest, our volume would not be able to grow if a lot of teams did not download and they did not delete the application. Let me answer it that way. And we would not be the application number 1 on the list. So in that sense, I would not say that we had huge problems with the registration as such.
Cool, thank you.
All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies.